couple of months ago, you may have seen that some Sims YouTubers have done the Maze House Challenge, and I thought to myself, I'm not going to do that. Or am I going to do that? No, I'm not going to do that. But then, yesterday, I tried to open up the file, the T.O.O.L challenge file, and I can't get into the lot. So that means that I don't know what to do. I can't keep on building on that lot because I can't get into that lot. I need to figure out what I'm going to do about that. I mean, who would have thought that the Sims would have a bug? Who would have thought that? But yeah, so that meant that I had to figure out something else to do in the meantime. And then my brain thought, what about the maze challenge? Am I going to do the maze challenge? Everybody else has done the maze challenge. I want to do the maze challenge. Does anybody care about the maze challenge anymore? I don't know, but I'm going to do it today. And by the way, if you can hear my neighbor hammering in the background, that's because he is. He is at it again. And the noise is so bad. It is so loud. You can't get away from it. Even with noise cancelling headphones and music on, you can't hear it. I'm just done. This is hell. I have died and ended up in hell. And I'm questioning, what is he hammering? Because how many times have I complained about this now? Too many times. I don't know how long this has been going on, but it feels like months. And I don't know what he is hammering. Because mind you, his apartment is about the same size as my apartment. A teeny tiny studio apartment. And there's not that many surfaces to hammer on. What is he hammering? Is he covering his whole apartment in wooden planks or what? But here we are. We're going to do the maze challenge. And hopefully that was a good enough intro because I'm not filming that over again. No. But anyways, here's the maze generator that we're going to be using. And I have no idea what is going on here. Style, don't know what that is. I'm not going to even touch it. Width and height, 2 to 200 cells. What if you, how big is this going to be? What if you do 5 by 8? Can't even imagine that in my head, but 5 by 8 seems like a good size maybe. And an inner width, inner height. What if we do 2 and 2? I don't know. And then we have bottom or inner room or top. I don't know what that means, but we can try that. I want to start at the bottom and let's generate it. Okay, so we got a nice little maze over here, but there's only one opening. What? Solution. Okay, so you start at the inner room and then go out. I thought that all mazes had 2 openings. This isn't even a maze. Should I do it over again? Because this isn't the maze. No, I'm not going to do it over again. We're going to have that. It's going to be a weird old maze, but all right, let's do this. And I'm kind of confused about this. How am I? Oh, right. So the opening, that's going to be over here. That's a door. And then it goes, what is 1 tile and what is 2? I'm guessing that is 1, the door. And then it goes down 2. And then 1 to the side. And then 1 up. And then 1 to the side again. 1 side, 1 down. Boom. Shamalam. And then all of the other walls as well. Oh, this is really confusing. But boom, boom. I think I got the maze up. I think it's correct. I mean, it looks correct to me. Don't know if I have made any mistakes. But if I have, you will tell me in the comments, right? And now I do realize that this build is way too small for this lot. So I think we gotta move it. But before we move it, I need to figure out where we're gonna put the furniture. Like the bed and the fridge and stuff. Because I'm very confused in this moment of time. So right, the front door is there. We have no back door. And where the frickety frack are we gonna put the bed? Can we put it in here? No, that's too big. What about in here? No, that's not gonna work. Where are we gonna put this bed? What about here? No. Oh, have I failed this challenge already? I don't know where to put the bed. What if we put it over here? Because I know that they need only 1 tile to get into the bed. So what if we just squeeze it into the wall? And that can be something that we're never ever gonna use. Maybe that is a plan. And then the bathroom. Oh, that can be over here. Plop and the sink and a toilet. And then the shower can be in the middle. Boom. Functional bathroom. And then the kitchen, that can be in the big square. So if we have a fridge, and then a counter, and the stove. That works. We're not gonna have a sink, but that's okay. The sink is over here, not that far away. And then for the dining table, where can that be? Maybe in here? No. Ooh, what about in here? That is close to the kitchen, isn't it? So that is our dining room. There is only 1 person who's going to be living here, which is a good thing. All right. We do not want more than 1 person in here. That's for sure. And then the living room. Ooh, maybe that can be here, close to the dining room. How are we going to squeeze that in? What if we have a chair in that corner? And maybe a TV? What if we squeeze that up on there? They can walk past that. No problem. I mean, that looks ridiculous, but it's going to work, hopefully. And then what else do we need? An office? We can squeeze in an office over there. Hey, that is perfect. And then I think we're done with this whole video. Thank you. Goodbye. No, I think we're done with the layout because we don't really need anything else. We, of course, need decoration and stuff like that. But for the main furniture, we don't really need anything else. So I think that is the layout. Yeah. And now I think we're actually going to move this box of a house or this maze of a house to another lot because this is ridiculous. Well, alrighto. I have moved a house over here next to my other house. Well, the cabin house. That was the no mistakes challenge. And as you can see, I've made some mistakes. Anyways, we are here. I can't remember the name of this world, but I will put it up on the screen if I'm not too lazy to do it. Alright, so I moved us over here because I'm in the winter mood. I'm in the festive mood. I even got my... Can I do it? Oh, this is going bad. Oh, surely there's a better position for this. No. Oh, you can't see it. I have my Christmas socks on. It's Rudolph and Santa. And you can't see them at all. That was amazing, Nora. That was one of the best things you've ever done. And I also have a Santa mug, a pink Santa mug, but I can't be bothered to go and get that. So maybe later. Anyways, what were we doing? Oh, the build. Yes. I want to make a cabin, sort of in the same style as that one, because I want this to be my cabin area, my cabin empire. So we're gonna take this house and make a teeny tiny hill. Boom, boom, boom. And there we have it, a sweet old hill. It is majestic. And then we're gonna put some rocks around that, sort of in the same style, but not right now, because I gotta figure out the details of the house first before I do the rocks, so I know the vibe. All right, let's put a roof on this. This is gonna be a simple cabin for the simple people. And then we're gonna get in our wallpaper, and I'm gonna use Boss Ranch. We're gonna place in, ooh, what do we want? Okay, for that house, I used this one. But I think for this house, we can use this one. It was a big change. And then maybe we can take this house up a little bit so we can get in a foundation. And maybe use this one. Wow. And then for roof, I mean, we can't really see the roof. So we can put up a trim, boom shablam, and then maybe some other roof shenanigan. You know, just in case the snow goes away someday. And then you're not going to be met with an ugly roof tile. What else can we do? Oh, we can put up a door. Oh, I want a cabin door. And you know who has a cabin door? Adventure Awaits. They do. Oh, that would have been so cute. Hold on. Do they have that in? Oh, yes, in green. Can that? Oh, that can't squeeze. But I want that door. But what about this door? No, I want that door. You do not need the mosquito netting for this place. Come on. You know what? I'm going to allow myself that. I know that it doesn't look good on the inside, but on the outside it looks good. And that is all that matters in this day and age. It's what's on the outside that matters, not on the inside, people. Tips and tricks with Nora. I'm gonna edit that out. I'm gonna put up some windows. And maybe we can have some windows on the sides too. That would have been great. Then in the back here, oh, we can maybe use these windows. Hold on, where are the walls? Because I can't change up the walls. Oh, okay, so we can have a window right there. But that looks weird from the outside, doesn't it? Yes, it does. What if we squeeze it over there? Maybe that should somehow work. Oh, okay. Oh, actually, I think... Oh, I think the windows on this side has to be like so. It looks so bad on the outside. But we're gonna hide that up. We're gonna hide that up. It's gonna be cute, neat, nice. Because on the inside, I feel like the window needs to be here. Because if we have it over here, it's gonna be so many windows, you know? Sure, we're gonna live with that. And then, them people, we are gonna put in, I forgot what that was called. One of these. A deck, terrace, balcony, thing. I can't remember. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. My brain is not doing good. We're gonna have that. And then we're gonna do an overhang on the roof. Sort of about there. And put in some spandrels. Come on, and we can do it. There we go. And then also, for the vibes, put in some columns. And maybe also put in the staircase. Yes. Oh. And also, this cabin deserves a chimney. A cute, good old chimney like that one. Right there. That is adorable. I like that. And, what else can we do with this cabin? Because right now it looks kind of boring, kind of primitive, not too much exciting about it. We can't really put on any more rooms because of the maze challenge. But what we can put in is another foundation. I have no idea what the rules of the maze challenge is actually, but I'm guessing we can put up another foundation. So if you have a foundation over here, then we can have a little outside movement, a cool little moment, because the inside, very lackluster. Oh, what am I doing? What's my plans with this? Ooh, I'm gonna put it down and cover this whole thing. I mean, I think that was perfect. It's not a room. If you think that this is a room, then I'm sorry, but it is not a room. And then we can put up some columns, then another staircase over there, and maybe we can even have a staircase right here with easy access. They might be too lazy to go this way, you know. Oh, and how are they gonna get up here? I did not think about that. Maybe with the staircase. Maybe with the staircase. So we can do a fun little shenanigan. We go like so, to the side and then down. Kind of primitive, but kind of cool. Should we make the staircase a little bit grander? I mean, I don't think so, because it would be weird if this cabin had a grand old staircase. So I'm gonna leave it like that. But anyways, on this balcony, it's probably not called a balcony. This thing that is not a room, what are we gonna have there? We are gonna have some outside couches. And what are those incredibly uncomfortable couches? These ones. We can have those. And we could have a coffee table in the middle, but what would also be kind of cool is if we had an outside fireplace. Because I don't think I can squeeze that in inside. Maybe, oh, don't they have a coffee table that is also a fireplace? Like this one. Ooh, maybe that's a little bit too fancy for this cabin. Now it's less fancy for some reason. We can get away with that. They deserve it. I mean, look at this cabin. What people? People. What? I don't know. And what else can we have here? We can maybe have an easel so that I can paint the beautiful landscape. And maybe we can have a lonely old flowering pot over there. It's flowering, people, even in the winter. Whoa. And then we could also put up some string lights over there, like so, all the way over there. Oh, that is cute. And we're just gonna have it on this wall because they couldn't afford anymore. And also, no, they couldn't afford it anymore. That's the Lord, they couldn't afford it. And oh, by the way, I also put up this stuff. I forgot to film that because my neighbor was hammering away and we got a little shed with some wood, plant pot, welcome mat, lantern, and electric wall lantern. Anyways, what are we gonna do with this wall? Because that is hideous. That is actually hideous. What if you put up one of these? Can that do something? I mean, it balances it a little bit. But what about some vines? Oh, that's right. They're dead. Right. Yo, then. We are just gonna keep on wondering what we're gonna do with that wall. But alright, I now do think that it's time to do some landscaping. And as you can see, I've just put up a border around the house because it is kind of hard to see where the border of the lot ends and starts, you know? And I now also realize that this house is an onsen bathhouse and I can't change it. And it requires some stuff. A locker. I have to put in a locker and a hot spring. Gee, below. What? This is not supposed to be a bathhouse. And I don't want to move lots. I want to be here next to the cabin. I can't. Oh, I can't. Anyways, I'm going to do some landscaping and I'm going to do the same shebang and shaboos as I did over there in the big cabin, the rocks and the plants. So I am going to use my trusty dusty rocks, the debug base game rocks. Why I use them? Oh, well, that is because they are so easy to rotate around. Look at that. I rotated it into the ground. Anyways, I'm using those. And for the plants, oh, what can we use? Maybe this great old bush. Oh no, that is going to be a dead old bush. All right, I need to figure out what I'm going to use then. But that will be wonderful for me. And I'm just going to stack them up, use my tool mod, place them all around, and place in my dead old bushes and trees and whatnot. Maybe not the trees. I'm going to do that later. Or am I going to do that later? Yeah, I'm going to do that later. Come on. Just the rocks and the boulders and the trees and... No, not the trees. I'll said it again. The plants. The plants and the bushes and the rocks. No trees. Not now. And it's going to be a wonderful journey. And da-da-da-da. My rocks are up. My plants are up. It's truly wonderful. I mean, I had a little bit of a problem right here because I wanted to slant a little bit more out here. But then I hit the edge and I couldn't anymore. But you know. And I also put in the locker in the rocks to try and blend it in to not get that warning sign anymore. I did not work, did it? Then we got some more boulders and bushes and a tree over there. I'm putting one tree. Hey, how? And now I do think that I want a pathway. And we can't use the paint tool because nothing happens. And we can't use flooring because nothing really happens there either. But what we can do is putting some pathing stones. So I definitely do want a pathway that goes from here to here. So I'm going to be putting that up sort of like that. And then maybe we can squeeze in the gosh darn hot spring. Do you want that one? That is so massive. Or this one. That is also massive. Maybe we can size it down a little bit. That's going to be unusable, but okay. And what if we squeeze that into sort of... Oh, where are we going to squeeze that? Sort of about there. Oh, I made a hole into the abyss. Where are we? We're in the upside down. What is going on down there? Oh, I wish I could put my neighbor down there. I really do wish that. But alright, I put the hot spring there and also put some more rocks up to try and hide my mistakes. And it doesn't really work. What if I size it up again and then size it down again? Then it's fixed. Alright, look at me fixing my own mistakes. Now we only need a waste disposal, but don't you worry, I'm going to put that in. But first of all, before I forget, we're going to put up some trees. And what do we want? What? They have a Norway spruce tree? I did not know that. Have they always had that tree? Or have they added it in? Because I can't remember that. Well, alright, you're wrong. We're going to have a Norway spruce tree. And look at that beauty. That is a massive tree. Can we size it down? Yes, we can. And we're going to put it over there. And we can even have one right there. Maybe a few ones in the back here as well. I think that was lovely. And then we can also have a telescope back here because they are going to spy on the neighbors. So it's right there. Yes. And then over here, what can we have over there? We can have a little log collection. Some fallen trees. They are collecting them. They like them. That was very random, but we're going to have that. And then we also do need a mailbox and a trash bin. So you can get this mailbox and maybe this trash bin. Yes, that's looking cute. And then I'm going to add on some pathways that goes through here up to the house and maybe one that goes to the hot spring. And I am putting that up right now. So you better watch out, people. You better watch out because it's happening now. And that is indeed looking very, very cute. I like it. I love it. I think the outside is done. The whole landscaping and the hot spring. And this is finally a functional onsen bathhouse. Wow. It's adorable. And it does also match that cabin over there. So I'm happy about that. And they also got a telescope. Oh my gosh. Telescope neighbors. Okay, now we got to work on the inside. That's right. Oh, I forgot about the inside. I was so happy with the outside and then I remember the inside. The horror. Okay, so for the inside, for the wallpaper, I think we're going to go for the same log cabin style because this is a cabin after all. And then I think in the kitchen and in the bathroom, we can have this brick stone wall, the ranch masonry. Remember that? Yes, said that correctly. And for the flooring, we can go with this one, the classic one. Oh yes, I love that flooring. Oh, what about the tiles? I never know what to do with the flooring tiles, but maybe this one. Sure, that's not to be perfect for this cabin, you know. Just have you seen this cabin? Have you seen the cabin? Have you? If you haven't, you have now. Oh, okay. Now we gotta begin with the inside. We can go with that sort of style. I want this to be a very old cabin, shabby vibe. Yes. Hope that made sense. It probably didn't, but I hope it made sense. And now my game froze and my neighbor is hammering. Release me from this misery! Okay, we're back again. I had managed to save, but it didn't save my wallpaper. So I gotta do this all over again. And it takes such a long time because none of the walls are connected. Right, I think for this build, I am gonna put in the correct furniture first, and then I'm gonna decorate. Why? Because I want to. And why did I call this save for Maze House Det Insi? Det Insi? I don't know. I think that was a mix of Norwegian and English. I have no idea what I was doing. Okay. I do so many saves, by the way, during my builds because I'm so scared of the game crashing, which it did, by the way. You saw it happen real time. But yeah, kitchen, it's gonna be of this sort of vibe. The hood, is the hood too much? Maybe not. How am I gonna get naked and axe into head? We only have one counter. And people want one counter free, but I think that doesn't really matter in this situation because who's gonna be playing in this house? Who? And what new stuff have I gotten? It is yellow. What is new? I don't see anything. Have they tried to lure some new packs on me? What a mystery. Okay, so kitchen, and then I think for the dining room, we're gonna have a dining table. And it gotta be a small one, I think a square one. So maybe that one isn't really in the shabby cabin style, but it is square and it is here. And then for the living room, oh, okay. The living room, we need a good old chair and we're gonna get in that one. The TV, I think it's gonna be the same, but in black. That made a huge difference. And can we squeeze in a table over there? Oh, what about that one skinny table? This one doesn't really fit the style, but it is tiny, so we're gonna have that right there. Okay, so that was the living room, kitchen, dining, the bathroom. Oh, the bathroom. What sink are we gonna go for today? This one, one of my favorite sinks. And then for the shower, we're just gonna have this one. Now for the toilet, oh, we need a good old, real old toilet. And that can be this monstrosity. That is the vibe. Good vibes all around. And that was enough words for me. We're gonna move on. Oh, what are we gonna have in there? A bookshelf? We could have a bookshelf, a cute old bookshelf. Reveal yourself to me. This one, drop it right in there. Woodsy vibes all around. And then for the desk area, we need a small old desk, and we're gonna go for the werewolf one. And then for the chair, oh, we can go for this one. And oh, in green. What are we? Yeah, we're gonna go in green. We're gonna be funky today. And then for the bed, I think we're just gonna keep the bed because I've squeezed it into the wall and I've play tested it while my neighbor was hammering away. So that works. I'm not gonna touch that. Well, I did touch that, but I'm not gonna touch it anymore. And then we can have a dresser situation in there. Now, you will not be able to reach this dresser, but seriously, when you play this game, have you ever interacted with a dresser on the daily? I don't think so. I don't think so. If you say you do, you do not. I don't think so. No. And now we have changed out all the furniture, so that means that we need to decorate. But before we do that, I don't want that chair. I want another chair. That was too fancy for them. That one fits right in. All right, now we're going to decorate. And my first move for this decoration process is to put up some curtains. And what type of curtains are we going to have? Ooh, for this mess. I do want some cabin curtains. Oh, what about this one? That is a cabin curtain if I've ever seen one. And I have seen many cabin curtains. This doesn't reach all the way down, but that's okay because it's a cabin curtain. Cabin curtain, that should be a brand or something. But I think we're going to have that curtain on all the windows, so I'm done with that. You know, gonna put them all up, and I will see you when I've done that. And welcome back. I put up the curtains. It was not fun, but I did it. And I also remembered that we have different sizes of the windows, but I oh, do not look at that. Managed my best. It's okay. It's cabin curtains. TM. All right, let's begin decorating the kitchen. And for the kitchen decorating acts, what would we have? I mean, maybe we can have a pot on the stove. And I still do not know what the difference between the clutter and the miscellaneous is, because some of the clutter is also in the miscellaneous. And what? Anyways, we're gonna have that pot. Oh, that part is a good part. And now comes the hard part, because we're gonna have the utensils over there and this in the middle right there, but that seems empty, so we need something in the back there, and that is always a hard thing to do. So we can put in a bottle that I'm always pretending is olive oil, and maybe a flower. Always a solid idea. Not that one though. That is not a solid idea. Where are you? My plant! There it is. But that is still not enough. It's unbalanced. Therefore, you can maybe put in this one right in there somewhere. No, I was awful. But we're gonna move it around sort of like that. Happy about that? Great. And then we need something on the the wall. Oh, this one. Grand's pots and pans. Some more pots and pans. And some knives. And that is all we're gonna have in this kitchen. It's beautiful. It's majestic. It's non-playable. Just how I want it to be. Moving on into the dining room. And for the dining room, we're gonna have a little plant on the table. And then we're also gonna have a salt and pepper shaker. Now, can I find the salt and pepper shaker? Is it in the miscellaneous or in the clutter? I have used this salt and pepper shaker so many times and I can never remember. Hello? It's supposed to be somewhere. Oh, I'm losing my marble. Salt. And of course, you can't find it when you search it up. Why would you? There it is. Found it. Gonna plop it down right there. Oh, it's beautiful. And what are we gonna have above there? Maybe a shelf of some sort? Oh, we can have this one. That would have been cute because that is extra storage for the tiny kitchen. And then on the wall, what would have been very cute is some postcards. Gonna plop them on the wall and I'm gonna size them up a little bit just to throw you off. 1.1 maybe. 1.2. We're gonna go for that. I felt brave today. Just sort of like so. And on this wall, I put up this picture. I was on the roll, people. And then in our beautiful living room, what are we gonna have here? Oh, what about that one? That is very needed. Very cabin-like. I like that. And then we can have a teeny tiny rug underneath there. And then on our beautiful coffee table, we need some knickknacks. So we could have a box. I love my boxes. Then on that box, what can we have there? Oh, pop-up story time. Maybe a magazine and a lantern. Cute, messy cabin. And maybe we can also squeeze in a rug over there. I don't know if that's gonna be weird, but it does feel in that space. So I'm gonna keep that. Yeah, I am. And then for the bathroom, what are we gonna do for the bathroom? Because we can't put up a door. That would be against the rules, I think. So what we can do instead is put up a curtain. Maybe this curtain can be the mood, the vibe, the moment. I wish Jamanta was here to see this. She would be amazed. Oh, it's the vibe. What is that sound? It sounds like an animal is dying. It's a drill. Oh, he has found the drill. All right. In the bathroom, we're also gonna have some toothpaste and some soap. Oh, can we squeeze in a little rug in there? A very unnecessary rug, just right there. It's for the splash zone. Okay, to dry their feet. We need that. And then above the toilet, you can have one of these and one of these. I said that a bajillion times. Yes, they got a small one on sale. That's all they could afford. Oh, beautiful. It was a very wonderful bathroom indeed. I love it. Then out here in the hallway, we could extend the bathroom a little bit and put in a bathroom organizer. Maybe size it down a teensy tiny bit, squeeze it in there. And oh, I forgot about the towels. The big shower towels. I have nowhere to place that. I mean, we could have it up here, but that's going to be too much. That's going to be towel city. So what if we have the towels out here? I mean, it's not very functional to have the towels out here, but they just got to live with that. There you go. And then maybe in this corner, we can have a stool with a good old pillow on it. Because, you know, after you've been in the shower, you're kind of tired. You need a little sit, and there you can sit. Yes. And then in this corner, we have so many corners with so little space. What can we have in there? Ooh, what about a plant? This plant is right in that corner. And then for over here, what if we put in some books? They are a book person and they need their books. You can have a book stack in there. Look at that. Takes up absolutely no space. Yes. And then we can also have some bookshelves on the wall. Not a bookshelf, but books. It's kind of a bookshelf. It is a shelf made out of books, you know? And then on that book stack over there, we can have a plant. And these book stacks over here, the book not bookshelf, DM, we are gonna have some stuff as well. And what are we gonna have? Oh, the amount of time that I spend just scrolling through the menu. I wonder how many hours I've done that. I mean, it must be a lot. And now I don't even know what to put up. That one. No. Just pick something, Nora. Oh my goodness me. I mean, oh, we can maybe have a heritage flower tin. Cute. We can have that. That wasn't so hard. And then what are we gonna have on that wall? I do kinda want to put up one of those thingy-things from Horse Ranch. These ones. Because that is very cabin-like. We can have the freezer bunny. And then we can also have these on the walls. On the wall over there. With also this one. Yes. Cute. I want that in real life. Actually, maybe I'm going to go down to my local thrift store. And we do not have a local thrift store, so I have to go miles and miles away to find something like that. But then I'm also kind of scared. Just in general. And I'm also kind of scared of old stuff having bad chemicals in it, like lead. And that was Nora's fun fact of today. But do you know what I really want to put in here? I want to put in a fireplace. Every cabin needs a fireplace. And if it doesn't have a fireplace, it's not a cabin. I mean, we have a fireplace over here, but that doesn't count. Can we squeeze this in there? I know that it doesn't make any sense to have a fireplace over there, but that is quite common in Norwegian homes, at least, to just have a random fireplace somewhere. But yeah, I think they can squeeze through there. If they can't, it's not my problem. And then we gotta decorate this bookshelf. What are we gonna have in there? Only time will tell people what Nora shall find in their beautiful menu. And by the way, did you guys see? I should probably not talk about this because I'm not gonna promote any new packs and stuff like that. But I have to tell somebody. I mean, I'm sure you already heard about this, but if you haven't heard about this, oh, The Sims is coming out or has come out with those SpongeBob packs. And I'm just like, what are they doing? Because I feel like that is something that I would do if I had a true mental breakdown. I would collaborate with SpongeBob. But that's a thing that they did. It was very odd. And I am so glad that I don't have to promote that pack. Those packs. Because what would I say about those packs? I say. Also, oh my gosh, the new event that they're having that's supposed to be free. Well, the new event that they're having is no longer really free. Because to get all the stuff for the new event, you need to own the packs. So many packs. You need to own business and hobbies at least, and adventure awaits, and cats and dogs to get the new stuff from the event. And like adventure awaits just came out. So a lot of people don't have that pack. I understand cats and dogs because so many people have that pack. It's been out for years. But like with adventure awaits, the pack just came out. Like why didn't you just give us those items in the packs? Because I know that you made those things a while ago. You didn't just make them now. It's weird. Like those events are supposed to be for everybody who wants to play The Sims, not just the people who already have all the packs, you know. It's just weird. I'm perplexed and I don't like it. But anyways, here is my office with my desk. Got some books and some picture frames. And I also got some very random diplomas. You know, they've been around town. They've been here for a while. They're also a teacher, a funeral director, and ye olde person pub memorabilia. Oh, they have owned a pub as well. They've lived a good life. But it's my office. It's cute. Also put up a rug. It's a beautiful rug. And now we're gonna move on to here, another hallway. And what are we gonna have there? Maybe these bug lights. I love me some bug lights. Or actually, no, I gotta think about that. Let's do this area first. And maybe we can finally use the mudroom kit. Oh, what about that one? Size it down a little bit, maybe. Put it somewhere. And then also put it some boots for the winter weather. The massive boots that I'm gonna size down. What else can we have? Oh, maybe some skis. This one. That is massive. Can we size it down? Just put it right there. That is memorabilia of their kid clothes. The toddler years. It was amazing time. They still have it, you know? Yeah, we can do that. And then we can also have this lady on the wall. And then also a bag light, because why not? And actually, can we squeeze in one of these in there? I think we can. Just about. Great. Then we have some there. Oh, and see, I also did this detail with the flooring. I forgot to tell you about that. Oh, why didn't I film this? I'm so mad about myself. But the direction of the flooring matches the direction of the hall. And in the corners, I did my corner trick. It's not my trick. It's a very normal trick. You just press Control F and you will get some quarter tiles. And isn't that something? Moving on. We are going to move on to here. And I'm just going to do the same thing that I did before I did this entryway. The same shenanigan. Because I've thought about it and I do want to do that. Because I got nothing else. And then do I want a rug here? Yes, I do think I want a rug and I want a carpet runner. So maybe, where is it? There it is. We can do this. Just stack them on top of each other. That could work. It's not perfect, but it could work. All right, beautiful. And also put some columns so you can't see them when they zoom in, but they are there to protect the edges. And now for the bedroom. And I think for the bedroom, we need to put up a curtain because, oh my gosh, this is not a good place for the bed right by the entryway. But don't you worry, they have no friends and they live alone. So, we're gonna put up a curtain. And then for inside the bedroom itself, what am I gonna do? They don't even have a nighttime table. What if we put up a light above the bed? And then we get up a teeny tiny shelf made of books. Bam. And then what are they gonna have on that book, not bookshelf? Taxi. No. You know what? They can have the Book of Silhouettes. One of my favorite items that disappeared for a while, but it's back now. And then I'm also on the bed. I'm gonna plop down an open book because they have been reading their bedtime stories. And then back here for the for the space that we can't reach, we're gonna have a stack of books because why not? And then also a painting of a boat. And then inside of that thing, we need some more knickety knacks in there. And what can we have in there? I mean, we can have a clutter basket. Not on top of there, but inside of there. Oh, gotta do this the hard way, I see. But there you go, I squeeze it in. And then on top of there, oh, what are we gonna have on top of there? What about a basket? And some glasses. Is that a plant? A good old combo. Yes, cute. I like that. And is there anything else that we can squeeze in this room? I don't think so. And is there anything else that I've missed? No. I think we're done with this build. The inside and the outside. Me, oh my. We are done. Oh, you know what? I did the maze challenge. I did it. I mean, this challenge failed from the very start, didn't it? Because is this even a maze? You know, is this even a maze? And it got one entrance and that is it. So, you know, it is functional. Some of it at least. But I made a maze house. It's a little cabin on the hill. And it does look cute. It also fits in with that house over there. Happy about that? But they have a reindeer. Should we have a reindeer? No, we're not gonna have a reindeer. That is not for us. Okay, you know what? I think it is time for a house tour right now. So strap yourself in. The house tour is happening now. And oh. Before we do the house tour, we need to put in the trash bin. I forgot to put that in. And where can we even squeeze that in? I mean, we need a small old trash bin like that one. I mean, that doesn't fit in with the style at all. But we have to have the teeniest, tiniest trash bin. I mean, can that be there? Oh, that ruins the mood. I'm gonna put it right here so nobody sees it. But there you go. We have a trash bin. Problem solved. Now we're gonna do the house tour. And for this house tour, we shall begin with the outside exterior of the house. And we're also gonna pop it all off with showing you my Santa mug. I mean, just to disturb you all. Look at my pink old Santa mug. It's very hard to drink out of, but it's cute. I love it. I got it from my mom. Back to the house tour. We shall see the exterior of the house outside. Our hot spring. And also the outside right here. Oh, I'm ending up with a tree. We got a tree collection. Then we also got the ugly side of the house. I need to remove the border. I forgot to do that. Okay, I'm gonna do that, I promise. Do not look at that house. That house is a lot better. But here we also have the back of the house, the telescope, and then Norwegian spruce trees. Was that the name? I don't know. But there's also the side. The other side, I mean, yeah, with a chimney. It's kind of weird that the chimney doesn't have any snow in it, but whatever. And then if we step over here, we're going in to the cozy area. And that is kind of cozy with the grill and everything. It's not a grill, it's a fireplace. Well, whatever. And the fairy lights on one of the walls. They could not afford anymore. And then we have the entrance right here. The green old door that doesn't really fit, but whatever. And then we shall move inside and boom! Oh my gosh, this is teeny tiny. Actually teeny tiny. How am I going to show this? We got the entryway. And here's that thing. And another entryway. And oh my, where am I? Oh, this is making me so seasick. We got the bedroom with our beautiful bed. And this area over here. And here we are in the hallway again. I did not put up any special lights because then I could not see a thing. It was all in the way and I was annoyed. And then here we got a painting of some horses. I love them horses. And here we have the office area. And everything looks so weird because I have to be all zoomed out, which makes the angle so weird. I mean, this is constant fisheye. Fisheye. We got a bookshelf. Oh my gosh. We got a bookshelf, fireplace. And we're going further down into hallway. And we are met with the kitchen. Wow. It's a beautiful kitchen. And where do you want to go now? In here? Yeah. We got our dining nook. And on the other side, we have, what do we have? We have our living room, or our living chair, living room, tiny chair house. What am I saying anymore? I don't know. We got a TV, a TV table. Great, mates. Let's move on. And we are gonna move on to this maze with a little book collection, a plant in a trash bin, the stool corner, towel corner, organizing corner. And then in here, we have the bathroom. Do I need to say anything more about the bathroom? I don't think so, but it is a bathroom. Wow. Did we have any more rooms? I am not, I don't know. I am not so sure. I've got to get out of here. But yeah, I do think that was all of the rooms. And here's also a bird's-eye view of the house. If you for some reason would need that. There it is. Wham! Wham! Oh my gosh, I'm going up in the air. Isn't that beautiful? This should be my thumbnail. This right here. Just this. No editing at all. Just this. That is my thumbnail. Okay, the house is done now. And now it's time for the outro. And welcome. This is indeed the outro. Hey. If for some reason you want to download this house, you can. It is up on my gallery. And my gallery ID is JustNoraGaming. Boom, boom. And if you also want to see more of me, then you can. I also have a second channel where I do stuff. And I also have a Twitch channel where I also do stuff. But live. And the links are in the description for that. Oh yes. And then don't forget to like, subscribe because it really does help me out. So thank you. But only if you want to. Only if you want to. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.